the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
It's time now for the Eagle 102 pregame show, sponsored by Bowling Green Pharmacy.
We're ready for game number 2 here from the high school gym. Well, I guess we're only in the high school gym now, aren't we, Zach? As the Clopton Lady Hawks, the number 4 seed in this tournament, comes on and takes on a number 2 Silex. And really, Silex came out and just kind of had a rough trip against Ellsbury on Wednesday night. The number 3 seed dominated the entire basketball game. And so now that doesn't bode well for the Hawks because they're going to be looking for revenge as well.
Exactly, yeah. You know, Clopton's, you got to think they're going to have home court advantage with, you know, obviously this being the Clopton tournament. But like you said, Silex is coming out, maybe trying to make a little bit of a statement here. Disappointed with the semifinal outcome, but trying to take home that third-place trophy. You
know, Zach, we've talked about for years, you know this, being a Hawk, that Silex and Clopton ball games are always on a different level to begin with. It doesn't matter if it's boys or girls games. That rivalry is always right there, and they play their best games against each other.
I completely agree. As a former, you know, as a Clopton Hawk alumni, it seemed like we saw Silex all the time, you know. It seems like, you know, they're conference opponents, but it's like every tournament they match up somewhere or another. And, you know, there's a great crowd coming from both teams tonight. Silex, we're on the Silex side right now. Excellent crowd. The Clopton side is filled as usual. And, you know, these teams know each other really well, so it's kind of hard to do much, you know, outside of – it's just a great game. You just don't know what's going to happen.
And both teams are a great girls that are on the court tonight. They play well as a team. Clopton had that really close matchup with Winfield. Of course, they're not satisfied with the fact that they're not playing in the championship game. From what I understand, this may be the first time in 21 years they haven't played in that championship game. So they've got a little bit of a chip on their shoulder as well. So I think that the two coming in tonight, it's going to be explosive.
It's going to be a great game.
All right, we're going to talk about the keys to the game for you coming up as the Bowling Green Pharmacy pregame show continues on Eagle 102.
Clopton Tournament coverage brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Northeast Missouri Title Company, and Meyer Implement Company.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. During the process, I'll work closely with your lender and other professionals to make it as effortless as possible. I'm here with you every step of the way, so when you're ready to buy or sell, call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Some of my fondest childhood memories are from volunteering with my grandmother. Helping others was her passion. She'd always say, the sweetest fruits of life come from serving others. And she was right.
At Shelter Insurance, we strive to make a positive impact in the communities where we work and live.
See me, Tim Jenkins, at 3404 Georgia Street for a free insurance review.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
The area's best coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Health Department, People's Savings Bank, and All Parts.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Keys to the Game on KJFM, sponsored by Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate in Louisiana.
Zach, I think I would have to go with the number one key for tonight's game is defense. You know, Clopton comes out, they like to play their man-to-man defense. They like to run and trap. And I was starting to coach Street before the game. You know, at the beginning of the season, they were forcing like 30-plus turnovers on that trap. Now, of course, teams have kind of wised up to it a little bit. And being down a senior guard, I think that doesn't help them any. But it's something that, you know, they've still been trying to push this year. And Silex is going to have to get around that trap tonight.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Clopton's known for that full court press defense. They're going to play, you know, 50-52 is what they call it, you know, full court for the whole game. And it's going to be up to Silex. You know, we saw in the first game, Louisiana turned the ball over so much. And Silex is just going to have to take care of the ball tonight. That's been the key to the game pretty much, you know, for any of the games this week. You know, you can't give away all these free possessions.
But for Clopton, their key to beating Silex is they're going to have to figure out a way to deal with Sarah Gradicke. Sarah Gradicke has nice height on her. She's a good underneath in the paint, down along the block. You put her, you throw Maddie Hall out there when she comes off the bench. Rita Thurman, their long wingspans, they take up a lot of room, are able to get I don't want to call them easy rebounds. They're not easy rebounds, except for when you're basically a head taller than everybody else. It comes a tad bit easier. And they're phenomenal athletes. So Clopton's going to have to figure out a way to get under that basket and get those rebounds.
Yeah, they're going to have to put a body on her. And, we talked about her offensive game. Those long arms, they can get up and they can block a lot of shots on defense. So she's definitely going to be a problem that the Hawks are going to try to solve tonight.
So that's going to take care of your keys to the game. I think, Zach, we can always say make your free throws because that's key. Always your key players have got to stay on the court. Watch out for those fouls. We know that the game's going to be called tightly. You might as well go ahead and get in your headspace now about it and get prepared that it's going to be a tightly called game.
Another thing you got to think about, like we said, this is a rivalry game. You got to keep your emotions in check. You can't get too high or too low. You just got to kind of ride that steady uphill battle the whole time. And, the crowd's going to be loud, and it's going to be a great atmosphere. So I'm excited to watch this game here.
You and me both. We're going to take a quick break on the Bowling Green Pharmacy pregame show. We've got your starting lineups opening tip coming up as you're listening to Clopton Invitational Tournament on Eagle 102.
Clopton Tournament coverage brought to you by McMailer & Sons Backhoe and Excavating, Calumet of Missouri, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Hello, this is Brittany Hinkey with Community State Bank of Missouri. Now is the perfect time to start saving for retirement. Community State Bank offers competitive rates on traditional and Roth IRAs. Unlike most investments, some contributions may be tax deductible and will grow either tax deferred or tax free. Come in and see one of our IRA representatives in Troy or Bowling Green to maximize your savings opportunities today. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
The Eagle 102 starting lineups on KJFM are sponsored by Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy.
We'll start with the visitors on the scoreboard this evening. That is the Silex Lady Owls. I absolutely love their green uniforms. They're Kelly green uniforms, road uniforms with white numbers and black trim. They are out there warming up. They're starting a senior wearing number 1, Rita Thurman. A junior wearing number 2, Abigail Mooney. A senior wearing number 11, Maddie Hall. So they just kind of made a liar out of me. I saw her coming off the bench on Wednesday night, and here she is starting tonight. A senior wearing number 23, Tori Mudd, and a senior wearing number 25, Sarah Gradicke. For the Clopton Lady Hawks in their home white jerseys, black numbers trimmed in red, they're starting a 5'7" junior wearing number 11, Brea Smith. A 5'5" sophomore wearing number 13, Skylar Parker. A 5'2" junior wearing number 20, Jasmine Hammett. A 5'6" senior wearing number 22, Shanna Yates. And a 5'6" freshman wearing number 35, Tenley Spoonster. So a little different look for the Clopton Lady. It's the same look they've had all week. Madeline Burney is the senior guard who is still out. Again, sending her best wishes of getting well again. And of course, we know that gunk's kind of going around for everybody, and it's causing her to miss her senior year here at the tournament. And so I know she's down the bench rooting the girls on and helping, but they definitely miss her out on the court, that little bit of leadership. So we have the captains meeting at the scores table, going over things. Scott Hansen, Chad Redding once again with us for this matchup as well. Still one more game to go on tonight, Zach, and that's going to be between Winfield and Ellsbury. If we thought the Louisiana-Monroe City game was a close one, ending by just a 2-point difference, we think this one's going to be pretty tight, and I think that one's going to be pretty tight. I think a championship night here at the Clopton Invitational Tournament is going to be one for the record books.
Can't ask for any more.
You can't. Don't forget we've got 3 games coming your way tomorrow afternoon as well, and that's starting a little bit early. Coach Tony Francis said that they thought they might want to give us a little bit of a Saturday night, so they're starting the games at 2 o'clock. We have a consolation matchup, followed by the third place. The consolation matchup is Monroe City and Mark Twain boys. Third place is Winfield and Louisiana boys, and then the championship game is the Clopton Hawks taking on the Ellsbury Indians. And I think that's going to be another good one. Those two have already met once this year. Clopton won. So, again, Ellsbury is going to come in with a little bit of a looking for a little bit of payback in that matchup as well.
And another little bit of a rivalry there,
Yeah.
They play each other a lot, and all have been really close games the last couple of years, and I'm excited to sit down and watch that one as a fan.
I tell you what, couldn't ask for a better week. We appreciate, of course, Clopton School always opening up their doors to us and allowing us to be here all week. We truly appreciate all of our area coaches working with us, as always, and getting us the information and working with us here for these games. We couldn't ask for a better way to start off 2023. Let's take one more break. We'll be back with your opening tips after this on Eagle 102.
Clopton Tournament coverage brought to you by the Mercantile Bank, Young Enterprises Incorporated, and Pepsi.
One Multi-Sports Complex in Bowling Green is your year-round indoor facility to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Courtney at 573-324-2193 or Matthew at 573-324-8282 to schedule an appointment and to inquire about memberships. One Multi-Sports Complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
Think about all that's important to you, your family, your possessions, and your future. Pick up the phone and call Rick Rodhouse from Country Financial. He, along with his staff, will assist you with insurance coverage to protect what matters most, in addition to preparing you for the future. Best of all, Rick will take the time to get to know you and find solutions for your budget. For coverage you need at a price you can afford, contact Rick Rodhouse Insurance Agency in Pleasant Hill to chat about your insurance needs today.
Northeast Missouri Title Company is proud to serve Louisiana and the surrounding areas. They also believe, much like the area athletes, hard work and dedication are what lead to a winning team. Northeast Missouri Title Company wishes all area athletes the very best this season and hopes to see everyone out supporting their favorite teams with excitement and good sportsmanship. Northeast Missouri Title Company at 4th and Tennessee Streets in Louisiana.
Follow area high school sports on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Young Enterprises, and Family Drug.
Oh, that's us. I was getting all into the game, listening to Coach Van Bever do the, starting with the introductions here this evening. I tell you what, Zach, what I've also really enjoyed is all the cheerleaders out this week. Mm-hmm. They've done a nice job bringing a little bit of extra excitement to the games.
Yeah, all the teams have great squads, and, it brings, like you said, an extra bit of excitement and, gets the fans engaged in the games.
All right, so again, they're doing the in-house introductions. They're starting with Silex. Again, they're going to start Rita Thurman, Abigail Mooney, Maddie Hall, Tori Mudd, and Sarah Gradicke. So Thurman, Mooney, Hall, Mudd, Gradicke. Going to run through the Clopton starters again before they turn the lights out on me. They're going to go Smith, Parker. No, I didn't beat it. Bless their hearts. So they'll come back on here in a second and we'll finish those out. Smith, Parker, Hammett, Yates, and Spoonster for the Clopton Lady Hawks this evening. Oh, look, the girls are throwing out T-shirts to the student section as they come through. That's something new. You notice they never turn around and look at the media.
Yeah.
I'll have to give them all a little bit of a hard time. All right, so we are getting ready to get this one started as the lights come on. Of course, the Clopton Lady Hawks, they're coached by Devin Street. The Silex Lady Owls coached by Robert James. That's the other fun part about this. You have coaches that've been doing this for quite a while at this point, and they definitely know the atmosphere here already and how this game is played. Many of them have been in this situation quite a few times, and I'm enjoying the jam-packed gym this evening. We got the pep band in the house. I'm not sure what we're all waiting on. The officials are on the court. Some of the girls are on the court. There we go. Maybe we're still trying to decide who's jumping center against Gradicke. Shanna Yates has been doing the honors all week. I'm guessing she will continue with that this evening. Now Coach James is talking to his girls, waiting for the officials to tell the girls, come on, let's get out there. There we go.
They had to wait till right as we're about to tip to, get the last minute
that's
instructions.
Right. And here we go. T-shirts are flying everywhere at this point. And it looks like Silex is going to control the tip. Thurman has it. Brings it near side to Mooney. Mooney guarded by Hammett in this man-to-man defense. Crosses into the front court. Takes over the far wing. She looks down low to Thurman. Thurman goes up off the glass, but it's blocked. Smith gets the loose basketball. However, it is deflected by Gradicke on where she tries to get rid of it.
Huge block there from Smith.
So Parker once again going to control the ball for the Lady Hawks. She's picked up by Thurman as she crosses the timeline, works her way around top of the key, loses her dribbles, able to get it back, takes it over the far side to get it to Yates. It goes out of bounds, last tipped by the Lady Owls. So both teams already coming out and showing quite a bit of aggression. Yates inbounded over on the far side, gets it into Smith. Smith guarded up top by Mooney, brings it near side to Hammett. Hammett looks to drain the first bucket. It's no good. Ball's tipped around. Smith gets it back. Her shot's up. It's no good. Coming down with the big rebound is Mooney. Mooney turns on the Jets, throws it up in front to Thurman. Thurman tries to hit Gradicke and stride. Ball's loose in the hands of the Hawks. If Hammett can get away, and it's going to be tied up as Maddie Hall reaches in there, grabs a hold of the basketball. Both do a nice job of not picking up the foul. So Yates will now inbound the basketball. She'll get to Parker. It's an empty backcourt. Thurman's going to pick up Parker at the timeline. Parker brings it to the near side. Bounce past the near corner to Spoonster. Spoonster gives a head fake, dribbles around. She's guarded by Hall. Hall giving her just a little bit of space. They look inside to Smith. Smith from the elbow. Her shot's up. It's off the back of the rim. Hits a couple more times, and Hall comes down with that rebound. The senior showing some aggression under the basket to get those rebounds. Gets it off to Mooney. Mooney brings it into the front court. Mooney at the head of Clopton's bench switches directions as she's getting pressure from Hammett. Takes it to the far side, picks up her dribble. Now in a little bit of trouble. Thurman comes out, lends a hand. Thurman guarded by Parker takes it to the far wing. Down low, hands it off to Hall once again. Hall inside to Gradicke. Gradicke going up against Yates. Spins up off the glass. No good. It's Smith with the rebound. Smith pushing it into the front court. Looks like she's going to take it down low to Spoonster. Spoonster can't get a hold of it, so she has to kick it out to Parker. Parker pulls up from the elbow. It misses everything, goes out of bounds, and back to the Lady Owls we go. 6:17 to go here in the first, and we're still scoreless.
Clopton's loving the mid-range shots tonight. That's all they've taken so far.
Well, they get the ball into Gradicke. Gradicke hands it right back to Mooney, and Yates is going to pick up that foul. As she collided with Mooney as Mooney is run along the sidelines. So Thurman with it now. She looks, gets it into Mooney. Mooney right back to Thurman. Thurman into the front court. Silex has the numbers as Thurman goes all the way around, but Hammett comes from behind, knocks the ball out of bounds. So as Thurman was looking to pick up the ball to move it, Hammett snuck in from behind, is able to knock the ball out, and now Mooney will inbound it along the baseline on the far side. She looks for Mudd. Mudd looks for the three, pulls it up. It's over everything. Hall comes away with it, and she's is dribbling on her knees. You talk about being athletic. And they say that she touched out of bounds. And so it's back to Clopton. But, man, Zach, she dribbled on her knees.
I was waiting for her to get up, but she just kept going towards the corner. I'm like, all right.
She was trying to find some room to get up and keep her dribble. Nice job. Unfortunately, she just happened to hit that out of bounds line. So Parker with it now for the Lady Hawks. Brings it back to the near side. Inside, she goes up. They wave off the bucket. Call the foul on the floor, and it'll be the first against Silex. Maddie Hall picks up her first, team's first. Yates will inbound the basketball along the baseline. On the near side, she smacks the ball, looks, gets it right into Parker. Parker immediately pulls up for the long shot, and it's good. Clopton starts with a three. So 3-0 is our score. Thurman with the basketball. Hands it off to Mooney. 5:38 to go, so it took a little while for anybody to get on the scoreboard. Mooney back up top with it to Thurman. Thurman working against Spoonster. Spoonster diving on the floor with Thurman. Thurman comes away with it, gets it to Hall. Hall takes it to the far side. She gets to go off the glass. No good. She hits the deck. No foul called. Coming away with it is Hammett. Hammett to Parker from the block extend on the near side. It's too long. Here comes Mooney back the other direction. It's a race out there up and down this court. Mooney stops, pops. Oh, tries to go off the glass, and it gets hung up. Spoonster in some trouble. She finds some help from Parker. Parker throws it cross court to Smith. Smith fakes a three. Now she dribbles, and she's going to be fouled by Gradicke. And we talked about it's going to be called close, and several things have gone on where they didn't call it, and there's one instance where they did.
Looks like they got Mooney on that one.
Oh, they did call Mooney. I thought he held up. See this? Why we pay you the big bucks. Eagle eyes. Yates and Hammett come out for Clopton while Lindsay and Talbot return. Spoonster looks to get it in, right into Lindsay. Lindsay goes up. She jumps right into Gradicke. Gradicke does a nice job of standing straight up and not drawing that foul.
It was good defense there.
4:50 to go here in the first quarter. 3-0 our score. Clopton on top. Thurman with it over on the far wing. Looks for the screen from Gradicke. Gradicke gets it down low. She spins. Back out to Thurman. Thurman takes it in the paint. She shoots over top of anybody. She does draw the foul. She's headed to the free throw line for the first free throws of this evening. Campbell Lindsay with the foul. The shortest girl on the court. And looking out there, you can see she's not just a little shorter than everybody. I think she comes up to Gradicke's shoulders, maybe.
And we saw in that last possession, she took it right at Gradicke.
She did. She's not scared.
Yeah, no fear from the freshman.
Carly Ellis checking in the basketball game now for Maddie Hall as the first free throw shot was missed. Hall probably needs a little bit of a breather after some of that.
I think we all do. It's been a lot of back and forth action.
I know. Somebody needs to bring an oxygen tank up here. Thurman back at the free throw line for their second of two. Shots up, no dribble, rims in and out, no good. And now they're going to call another foul, a push in the back against Silex, and that's going to go against Carly Ellis. So it's a third team foul. We saw 4.5 to go in the first. 3-0 is still our score. Clopton on top as Parker brings it down, hands it off to Spoonster. Spoonster in the paint, she pulls up. Short jumper is up and good. Tinley Spoonster gives them the 5-point lead. Here comes Mooney back the other direction, hands it to Isom, who's in the game. That's Maddie Isom, who wears number 4. She dishes it off to Thurman over on the far wing. With the left hand, brings in the paint, kicks out to Mooney. Mooney wants the 3, and it's good. Abigail Mooney with the tray for the Lady Owls. Oh, no, they said it's only a 2. Her toe must have been on the line. Well, Abigail, I gave you 3. So 5-2 was our score. Just under 4 to go. Smith's turnaround jumper's no good. It's going to go out of bounds. Head back to Silex. Yates and Hammett return for Smith and Parker.
Both teams making some substitutions here early, getting some fresh legs out on the floor.
Well, with the track meet that's been going on out there, you almost need it.
They've earned it.
Mooney about has her pocket pick from behind. As she gets in a little bit of a trap, she finds some help from Thurman. Thurman to Ellis. Ellis inside to Gradicke. Gradicke goes up. She's going to draw the foul from Talbert. She's going to go to the free throw line and shoot 2. Really, if you're Silex, you kind of have to look for that all night, Zach.
You got to get the ball to Sarah Gradicke, you know, because then once the defense starts to collapse on her, you got your shooters open for some threes.
Taya Williams set to check in the basketball games as Gradicke's first free throw shot is up and good. Thurman is going to get a breather. Maddie Hall set to check in for Gradicke if she makes the second. 5-3 our score, 3:37 to go here in the first quarter. Gradicke's second free throw shot is up and good as well. It's a 1-point game. So Hammett will inbound to Lindsay. Lindsay's going to run the point now for the Lady Hawks. As she crosses the timeline, she'll be picked up by Mooney. Brings it to the near side at the head of Silex's bench, down the end to Spoonster. Spoonster makes some waste, kicks it out to Yates. Yates with the left hand, over to Hammett. Hammett from the block extended. Her shot's up and it's net. Jasmine Hammett with her first field goal of the night makes it 7-4. Full court pressure from the Lady Hawks as they try to trap Mooney over on the far side. Mooney makes her way around, goes cross court to Isom. Isom down underneath. Her shot's blocked. Come away with it, though, is Ellis. Ellis kicks it back out. Now Hammett tries to get a hand on it, and they're going to say it went out of bounds last touch by Jasmine. Zach, all I can say is all these girls are going to sleep good tonight. They're definitely going to be tired. So they get the ball into the backcourt to Mooney. Mooney working it around to Isom. Isom dribbles around, needs some help, goes down low to Hall. Hall shots up, and it's good. Maddie Hall with another 2. Back to a 1-point game here. 7-6 is our score, 2:45 to go in the first quarter. Parker, who's back in the game, controlling the key. Gets it to Yates. Yates brings it near side, dishes it off to Lindsay. Lindsay to the elbow, stops, pops, shots up, and it's net.
That was a deep two.
That was very deep. I thought it was a three, but she must have had her toes on the line, and Campbell picked up her second foul on that one. She's going to go sit down for a little while. 2:24 to go here in the first quarter. It's a 3-point game. 9-6 our score. Clopton on top. Spoonster returns for Lindsay. Also returning to the basketball game, or coming to the basketball game, is Kate Kinsey. She wears number 5. She came in for Carly Ellis. There's a turnover by the Lady Owls as they try to get the ball inbounds. It's knocked out of bounds, last touch by the Owls. So the Lady Hawks have possession. With it is Parker. Parker across the timeline. Works around over to the far side to Spoonster. Spoonster tries to find some space, and Kinsey's going to pick up the foul. So now here's where they're calling it tight again.
We had a good stretch of 3 to 4 minutes where it was up and down, not a whole lot of whistles, but now
that's changed. The Hawks have it now with Parker over on the far wing. Gets it to Yates in the far corner. She drives it into the paint, goes up, loses the handle, and they're going to call a foul, and that one's going to go on Maddie Hall. It'll be her second. So Yates at the free throw line. She'll get to shoot 2. Maddie Hall picks up her second foul with 2:08 to go in the first. First free throw shot, high arcing from Shanna is good. Sarah Gradicke checking back in the ball game. She'll come in for Hall. Clopton going around, figuring out who it is they have once again as Yates is ready for her second. Up by 4, looking to make it 5, and she does. Matches the largest lead of the night by the Hawks. Full court pressure still from Clopton as Mooney gets it, throws it up. It's tipped around. Isom with it. Isom brings it into the front court from the elbow extended. Cross court out to Kinsey. Kinsey around. She goes up, and Yates is going to pick up her second foul. And that'll send Kate Kinsey to the free throw line. Riley Coons will come in now for Yates. So with the free throws, senior Kinsey stands at the free throw line. Shot up, rims in and out, no good. As I mentioned, Kuntz comes in. She wears number 15. Kinsey at the free throw line once again for the second of 2. 11-6 is our score, 1:55 to go here in the first quarter. Second free throw shot is good. Kinsey makes it a 4-point game. 11-7. Parker with it to Smith, and it's off her chest right into the hands of Isom. Isom takes it all the way down. Her shot's partially blocked. Mooney there for the putback. It's too high. It's tipped around, and now Kuntz comes away with it. She feeds it out to Spoonster. Spoonster in some trouble to Smith. Smith working it around. Brings it near side to Parker. Parker looks inside. Nothing there. She's going to direct traffic. She's guarded by Williams. Gives a fake. Takes it down the block, spins inside, now around back, needs some help. And they're not calling the 10 seconds, and now they're gonna get it. Or the 5 seconds, excuse me. Coach Street is calling timeout, and she doesn't get it. Can't hear her over the loud crowd. So Gradicke gets the ball inbounds from Kinsey. She hands it off to Mooney. Mooney now brings it into the front court as Hammett comes up from behind her. They get it to Isom. Isom wants the 3. It's off the mark. Into the hands of Kuntz. Kuntz tries to get it back to Smith, but Isom's there for the putback. Nice read by Maddie Isom for the field goal. Makes it an 11-9 basketball game with under a minute to go in the first quarter. Near side with it to Hammett. Hammett is going to be fouled. They're going to call it against Williams. Well, there's just a couple players that play for Silex that haven't picked up a foul here in the first quarter. That's how tight they're calling it. So Spoonster will inbound the basketball along the baseline on the near side. Everybody's just standing and waiting. They get it in to Kuntz, and she didn't give Spoonster enough time to get in, and there's a turnover.
Looked
for
almost like
Liggett.
she was getting pulled out of bounds a little bit.
Silex gets it right in, and now it's taken away by Hammett. Hammett steals that inbounds pass, gets it to Parker. Parker near side with it to Smith. Smith back to Hammett, swings it to Parker again, top of the key. Parker guarded by Mudd to Hammett. Hammett gets some pressure from Gradicke. Again at the free throw line, Parker spins, needs some help, kicks it out to Spoonster. Spoonster from the free throw line extends, shots up, no good. Gradicke with the rebound. She's in some trouble, she's got to get some help, and she gets it from Kinsey. Kinsey, crossover dribble, splits the defenders, gets it into the front court, hands it off to Mooney. Mooney, once again, takes it over to the far side. She's got space from Smith. Down low to Kinsey. Kinsey bumps up against Parker, goes out of bounds, last touch by Spoonster. She knocks it out of bounds, and we're down to 7 seconds to go here in the first. Rita Thurman returning to the basketball game. It's 11-9 basketball game right now as Clopton leads Silex. 7 seconds to go in the first. So with the basketball is Kinsey. She looks for Mudd. Mudd's top of the key. Tries to feed it down low. It's tipped around. Thurman comes away with it. It's no good. She's going to be fouled. Thurman's going to the free throw line. So Riley Kuntz picks up her first foul. So that is the 16th foul for both teams. We're going to be shooting some free throws in the second quarter, Zach. As Thurman steps, first free throw shot on the way, rims in and out, no good. She'll get the second. 11-9 our score, 3 seconds exactly left to go here in the first quarter. Thurman gets set, shot on the way, and it's good. It's a 1-point game. Got a substitution as Carly Ellis returns for Gradicke. Shannon Yates will also return, but they have to reset the clock to 3 seconds. They got it. As Hammett takes a little bit of a breather.
Gives the Hawks just a little bit more time.
So now here comes full court pressure from Silex. They get it into Yates. Yates pushes it, gets it to Smith. Smith tries a shot here at half court, and that's just a little too long for Smith. And they end the first has Clopton leading Silex by the score of 11-10. We got second quarter action coming your way next from the Clopton Invitational Tournament on Eagle 102.
Clopton Tournament coverage brought to you by Lynn's Heritage House, Knight Equipment Company, and Advanced Physical Therapy.
Silex Banking Company wants to make your next lending experience simple and efficient. This is Michael Mudd, president of Silex Banking Company. Whether you're buying investment property, purchasing new equipment, or building a home, Silex Banking Company will put its hands-on lending staff to work for you. Open communication, low closing costs, and knowledge of the local market make Silex Banking Company a dependable choice for all your lending needs. Silex Banking Company, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Vicki Cadwalder, Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
So as we are starting the second quarter, Zach, it's a 1-point basketball game, and it was a great first quarter. Right now, Clopton has a lead, 11-10. We knew this was going to be a fun game. We knew that we were going to see both teams come out very aggressive. And like you said, for maybe about the first 3, maybe 4 minutes, the refs kind of let them play, and then after that, they kind of shut it down.
Yeah, now you see both teams got 6 fouls, and like you said, we're going to be shooting free throws here soon if they keep calling it this way. And we're going to have to see how these coaches handle a few of their players being in foul trouble.
So with the basketball is Silex, as Thurman will inbound it at the half-court line. They get it in to Mooney. Mooney works it around, picks up a dribble, in a little bit of trouble. They find Mudd. Mudd goes cross and throws it away. Gets it to Parker. Parker goes down, shots up. It's no good. Thurman goes high. She pulls down the rebound. She's off to the races. Parker comes from behind, knocks it out of bounds, and they'll stay with Silex. So Mooney will inbound the basketball from along the baseline on the far side. Mooney looks, gets it right up top to Ellis. Ellis at the elbow, dishes off to Mudd. Mudd wants the long 3, it's short. Coming away with the rebound is Parker. She kicks it up to Spoonster. Spoonster It's going to go all the way up. She's going to be fouled by Mudd. Coach Robert James questioning maybe the call a little bit. But Tinley Spoonster's headed to the free throw line. She's got 2 already on the night. 7.5 to go here in the first half. 11-10 our score. Spoonster's first trip to the free throw line. First free throw shot is good. She'll get the second. Second free throw from Spoonster coming. She dribbles. Shot on the way. Off the back of the rim, no good. With the rebound is Silex. Mooney once again working in the backcourt. She's going to cross that timeline. Works around, trying to get away from Hammett. Hammett tends to be one of those little pests. They look for the screen. Mooney takes it over to the far elbow. And some trouble up top with it to Kinsey. Kinsey wants a long 3. It's off the back of the rim. Coming down with the rebound is, I believe that was Parker. Feeds it to Spoonster, now in the hands of Yates. Yates helps push it in the front court. She works around everybody. Kicks it out to Hammett. Hammett from the block extended, and it's net. I think Hammett's found a sweet spot tonight.
She loves shooting from that corner.
14-10 is our score. Thurman tries to feed it over to Mudd, and it's a little too long. And Coach Robert James says, let's take a timeout and talk about things. 6:51 to go in the second quarter. Clopton leads Silex by the score of 14-10. You're listening to third place tournament action on Eagle 102.
Clopton tournament coverage brought to you by Bowling Green Ready Mix and Kearns Construction, Center Locker Service, and PJ Salon.
Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company is a proud sponsor of the local schools and their athletes. When it's time to quench that thirst, reach for one of the many Pepsi products found in the local concession stands, including Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Sundrop, or the all-new Starry Lemon Lime. If you are wanting something other than soda, enjoy Bubbler, Clarbrun Water, Lipton Teas, Gatorade, and more. Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company in New Haven and Bowling Green wishes all the area athletes a great season.
The most complete coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102, and it's brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, the Mercantile Bank, and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
14-10 is our score. Clopton leads this one. They've led by as many as 5. Silex has not yet led in this matchup. It's been a fun matchup between these two. Clopton comes in as the 4 seed. Silex is the number 2 seed. Yates with the basketball. Gets it to Parker. Parker's going to bring across the half-court line. She'll be picked up by Thurman. Thurman chases Parker over to the far wing. Dishes in the corner with it to Spoonster. Now to Yates. Yates gives a little shuffle. She goes up off the glass. Her shot's up and good. Shannon Yates, with her first field goal of the night, makes it 16-10. Thurman races into the front court, puts on the brakes, dishes it off to Ellis, now down low to Gradicke. Gradicke moves around underneath the basket. Her shot's too hard. Shot goes back up, it's out of bounds, and Silex faithful are looking for a foul to be called, and they get none.
I think she was getting drugged down by her own player from the looks of it. There wasn't a whole lot. There wasn't much white jerseys over there.
There were 3 green jerseys underneath, and it's really hard when you're up top and you're looking down like that. But Parker with it on the near side. She's going to go down, hands it off to Yates. Yates hands it to Smith. They're working this weave. Smith goes down off the glass. Her shot's up and good. First points tonight for Brea Smith. 8's the largest lead of the night now for Clopton, 18-10. Thurman used Gradicke as a little bit of screen as she got into the front court. Now dribbles with the left hand, hands it off to Ellis. Ellis in the paint, has her pocket picked. Smith, she's out to the races. She doesn't have the numbers, but Tori Mudd's going to foul her. And that'll send Smith to the free throw line.
Clopton's doing a good job early here in the second quarter, forcing turnovers and, getting good transition looks out of them.
So they're going to tell her to shoot 2. Well, they did not call it on the floor. And it looks like it's going to be the 8th team foul. Chad Redding holds up 2 as Smith stands at the charity stripe. First free throw shot is up and good. It's a 9-point lead, 19-10. 5:47 to go here in the half. Looks like Stacia Talbert set to check in. If Smith makes this one. Shot on the way, off the back of the rim. It's no good. With the rebound is Mooney. Mooney throws a long pass up to Isom, and it's just too far out of the reach. And really, turnovers seem to be what's hurting Silex here this evening. They have 9 unofficially to Clopton's 3. With it is Parker. Parker trying to get away from Isom, and they're going to call the foul. Oh, I knew the Silex faithful would not like that. They called it against Isom, and it's going to be a 1-and-1 for Skylar Parker. As Parker may have gotten the arm and got a little shove there, but they're saying that Isom was reaching in. So Parker's first free throw shot's on the way. It's off the back of the rim. With the rebound is Thurman. Thurman goes high, man. She's got some hops. She takes it all the way into the paint, shoots over top of everyone, and it's good. Rita Thurman gets the score going for Silex here in the second. 19-12, 5:19 to go here in the first half, and Spoonster answers back with a bucket down on the far side. And there's a steal once again from the Hawks. With it is Yates. Over the far wing to Parker. Parker looks underneath, nothing there, puts the ball on the court. Inside to Spoonster. Back out to Yates. Yates wants a 3, and it's no good. With the rebound, though, is Hammett. Hammett comes away with it, gets it to Yates, swings it to Parker. Parker wants the 3. It's off the back of the rim. And we are going to have a travel. 21-19 is our score. Clopton leads this one by 9. It's the largest lead, matches the largest lead of the night. Yates inbounds, gets it right into Talbert. Talbert swings it up to Parker on the far wing. Parker not having any room from Thurman, and they're going to tag Thurman with the foul.
Coach Robert James can have to take a seat at the end of the bench. He's unhappy with these calls.
He is. He and the entire Silex crowd in front of us. They're kind of questioning how there wasn't maybe an over-the-back call a little earlier in that play, as Parker's first free throw shot is on the way and no good. Brea Smith coming back in the ball game for Yates. It is 10 fouls to 6. Well, as far as the 10 goes, I guess I should say. Second free throw shot is good. It's a 10-point lead as Parker drains the second one. Thurman gets it to Mooney. Mooney at the timeline, work, takes over the far side. She's guarded by Hammett. Works around the defense. Kicks it back out to Gradicke. Gradicke down low to Isom. Isom shoots over top of everybody. Oh, it's just short. Smith comes away with the basketball. Smith outlets to Spoonster. Spoonster in some trouble. Somebody needs to come back and help her, and Smith does. Smith between the circles, top of the key. Now to Hammett. Hammett to Parker. Parker guarded tightly by Thurman. Down low, and it's tipped around, and there's another turnover for the Lady Hawks. That's only their 4th, but ends up in the hands of Silex. Mooney's going to bring it into the front court, working to get past Hammett. Brings it to the top of Clopton's bench, spins, goes up. She's fouled. She's headed to the free throw line. Abigail Mooney with her first trip to the charity stripe. First free throw shot is no good. So Campbell Lindsay returns for Hammett. Carly Ellis returns for Gradicke. As Mooney steps to charity stripe for a second shot, it's high, arcing, it bounces around, it's good. (22-13) is our score. We got a timeout. We'll take one as well. 3:53 to go here in the half. Clopton leads Silex as you're listening to Clopton Tournament action on Eagle 102.
Clopton Tournament coverage brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, Bolin Chevrolet, Sun Window Company, and Rick Rodhouse Insurance Agency.
Lynn's Heritage House in Louisiana offers affordable, home-like senior living, enabling your loved ones the independence they want and the services they need. Staffed 24 hours a day with low resident-to-staff ratio and designated areas to visit your loved ones safely, rest assured Lynn's Heritage House provides peace of mind for you and those you love. So if you or someone you know is ready for a retirement home or need care from a hospital stay or surgery, Lynn's Heritage House has rooms ready. Call to set up a tour and visit soon, 754-4020, or visit 800 Kelly Lane in Louisiana.
The best coverage of high school sports on KJFM is brought to you by County Market in Louisiana and Vandalia, Perkins Electrical Services, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Clopton has the basketball. Parker will bring it into the front court. 2-3 zone by Silex as they're looking to trap up top. Parker gets it to Spoonster. Spoonster in some trouble. She puts the ball in the court. She dribbles around at the head of Silex's bench. Now Parker now finds Smith in the free throw line. Bat has her pocket picked, and Eisenbach got the steal there. They get to Spoonster, and now Parker has to chase down the loose basketball. Spoonster now at the head of Silex's bench. One dribble in the near corner with it to Talbert. Talbert back to Spoonster. Spoonster's looking now to Parker. A little pitch and catch between the two. Short corner with it to Talbert. She pulls up from the short corner. It's off the back of the rim. Ellis comes away with the rebound. She kicks it out to Isom. Isom's going to push it into the front court. Ball's loose. It's going to go off of Silex. Out of bounds. 22-13 our score. Clopton leads this one. 3:07 to go here in the first half. Yates will inbound to Parker in the backcourt. And they try to trap her right at the beginning. They find Yates. Yates might have gotten away with the travel. Takes it to the hole. Her shot's up and good. Shanna Yates with another two. 24-13 is our score. Mooney with it. Between the circles. Brings it to the near side. She's at the head of Clopton's bench. Hands it off to Isom. Isom's being chased by Smith. Isom all the way around. She falls down. Out of bounds. Back to Clopton. Tori Mudd's going to come into the basketball game. She'll re-enter. She's got a couple fouls, just two from Maddie Isom. 24-13 our score. Clopton leads this one. 2:41 to go in the first half. With the basketball is Parker. She splits the defenders, goes down low. Smith, who couldn't quite get turned around quick enough, is going to have to kick it back out. She gets a Spoonster up to Yates. Yates wants a long three. It's off the mark. Ball's loose. Mooney comes away with it. She's got the numbers. She goes cross court, and Thurman has it, goes out of bounds. And really, I think at that point, Zach, if you've committed that much, you might as well take it to the basket and see if you can draw the foul. As athletic as she is.
The saying is you don't want to trade a two-footer for a two-footer.
So Thurman, long three. Oh, it's just off and misses the rim. Comes down the hands of Spoonster. Kicks it out to Lindsay. Lindsay goes cross court to Parker. Parker back up top to Spoonster. Spoonster says, I'll take a three. It's off the rim, no good. Ball's tipped around. And coming away with it is Ellis. Ellis, nice rebound. Gets it into the hands of Mooney. Mooney's going to push it across the front court. She's guarded by Lindsay. Lindsay has two fouls already. Thurman with that long three, man. She's just short. Spoonster steps on the out-of-bounds line. All right, so returning to the basketball game. Well, Ellis is going to take a seat. Gradicke's back in. Mooney's going to inbound. She's on the baseline on the far side. Lobs it into Gradicke. Gradicke kicks it out to Thurman. Thurman works it around into the paint. Her shot's up and banks it in. Rita Thurman with two. Makes it 24-15, 1:41 to go here in the half. Parker with it. Back out to Spoonster with the left hand. She's in some trouble, and she's going to travel. Thurman with the basketball. Lobs it right into Mooney. Mooney being guarded by Campbell Lindsay, and Campbell Lindsay's going to pick up her third foul. And Hammett will come in for her as going to have a 1-and-1. At the free throw line, I believe that's Mooney, isn't it, Abigail? It is the 8th team foul. Free throw shot up, off the mark, chasing down the loose basketball. Coming away with it is Spoonster. Or excuse me, that was Kuntz who's in. Spoonster with it now. Back to Yates. Yates is going to push it into the front court. Works over to the far side. To Kuntz. To Hammett. Hammett works around on the far wing. She steps behind the arc. Her shot's off the mark, and it's Kuntz with the rebound. Kuntz tries to get it back. It's tipped around now, ends up in the hands of Parker. Parker up top with it to Yates. It's going to go between everybody's hands, go out of bounds, and go to Silex. Brea Smith will check back in. Taya Williams comes in now for Tori Mudd.
I think Silex pressure zone is starting to get to Clopton a little bit. Quite a few turnovers here in the second quarter.
You know, Zach, I think really at this point, both teams are really rushing it. I think if both teams went ahead and slowed it down just a little bit, they're going to get a better outcome. But, you know, once you get going 90 miles an hour, it's hard
to be hard to slow down,
to take that gear down. Stacia Talbert picking up a foul as she was trying to block Sarah Gradicke from the shot at the block and in the paint.
You know, we talked about Sarah in the pregame. You know, she just missed that layup, but she was able to get that offensive rebound and get a second opportunity.
And drew the foul, so she's going to get the chance for two here. And the first one's good. You know, and a lot of that comes with experience as well. That senior leadership that the Lady Owls have from Gradicke is very helpful in situations like that. Second free throw shot. Off the back of the rim. No good. Chasing down the loose basketball was Smith. She kicks it to Spoonster. Spoonster throws it up to Parker. Parker crosses the timeline. We're under a minute to go in the half. To Talbert. Talbert at the end of Silex's bench. Gets it to Smith. Smith back up top to Spoonster. Spoonster wants the three. It's off the mark. And Talbert smacks it out of bounds as she avoids contact with Gradicke. But it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Talbert. So it's to Silex. They get it into Mooney. Mooney off to the races with Hammett. Takes it all the way down. Stops. Kicks it over to Gradicke. Gradicke on the far block. Goes up. No, basket, but she's headed back to the free throw line to shoot two. And I think they'll probably grab Talbert with it.
That's her third. It's her second in about a minute.
That is. And that's going to bring in Tylee Gronick. First free throw shot is up off the back of the rim. She'll get a second. So Gronick comes in. She is a 5'8" freshman. Maddie Isom set to come in if Sarah drains this one, which is off the mark and is not. Spoonster with the rebound. Spoonster dribbles with the left hand. She's guarded by Kinsey into the front court. Dishes it off to Parker. We're down to 25 seconds to go in the half. With the right hand all the way down on the near side. Finds Gronick. Gronick off the glass, and it's good. The freshman comes in and gets two. Makes it a 26-16 basketball game, matching the largest lead of the night at 10. We're down to 10 seconds. Thurlman working around, gets it to Kinsey. Kinsey wants a long three, and she banks it in. Kate Kinsey with the tray, and that is how we're going to end the second quarter. Clopton heads into the locker room up 26-19. We've got your halftime report coming up next here on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 halftime report is coming up. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Hi, this is Brock Mitchell, and I am a physical therapist with Advanced Physical Therapy in Bowling Green. At Advanced Physical Therapy, we treat everything from sports injuries to work rehabilitation, arthritis, and post-surgical rehabilitation. This includes spinal care, balance issues, and vestibular treatment. You have a choice when it comes to physical therapy, and we hope you choose Advanced Physical Therapy. Conveniently located across from Bowling Green High School on Business 61. Call us today to schedule your next physical therapy appointment at 573-324-6079.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
This is Tracy Brookshire with Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice. Did you know our agency currently offers over 30 programs and services to our communities? The Women, Infant, and Children's Program, infant through adult immunizations, car seat safety courses, diabetes counseling, and of course our amazing home health and hospice programs, just to name a few. Learn more by visiting our website at pikecountyhealth.org and see what services you and your family could benefit from.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock agent, and Bowie General Services.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. It's now time for the Eagle 102 halftime report on KJFM, sponsored by Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
We have a presentation going on here at halftime. It looks like People's Savings Bank is, I believe, going to present something into one of the Evans brothers, and I hear it's the best-looking Evans brother there is. Zach sits up here. They're going to do some announcements. Zach's going to fill us in on what's going on here in just a moment. But at the half, Clopton leads Silex by the score of 26-19. It's been quite a game as in the first quarter, Clopton led by 1 at 11-10. Clopton's led by as many as 10 in this matchup. However, they going back and forth with the Silex team that has really struggled with turnovers here in the first half, and I'm assuming that's something that Coach James is going to talk to his Lady Owls about. It's been a very competitive and very exciting game. The score doesn't always reflect that, but we had some nice aggressive play from both teams. I think probably both teams' hopes is that the officials loosen up on the calling of fouls in the second half because they have been calling it pretty tight here so far. We're going to run down some scoring for you coming up in just a little bit, and when we return as well, Zach's going to tell us how his little brother gets a little cool fake card down there and what all that means. I know that there's a couple presentations going on, so we'll continue to pass those along to you as the halftime show continues here on Eagle 102.
Clopton tournament coverage brought to you by Pogue Ford, Silex Banking Company, and Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
At Pike County Memorial Hospital, we know how important athletics are for your kids, but with an active lifestyle of sports comes health risks and safety hazards. As a certified athletic trainer at PCMH, I work closely with our primary care physicians, orthopedic doctors, and physical therapists. We can make a difference between safe play and dangerous injuries for your athletes. Working with Bowling Green, Clopton, and Louisiana schools, our goal is to provide the best possible outcome for your athlete. I'm Eric Schaefer, certified athletic trainer at Pike County Memorial Hospital. I'm at work while your athletes are at play.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Shelter Insurance agent Tim Jenkins, Veolia Landscape Supply, Royal Banks, and a taste of Philly.
So what was I right, Zach? Did Cash win a prize for being the best-looking Evans brother?
That was not the prize. I'll have that stated. He's definitely not the best looking. He might be the most artistic one, having won that design tonight. But
so he won a design with the People's Savings Bank. Oh, and Tara Grody wants to talk to us. Here you go, Tara. Put on that headset. Tara Grody with People's Savings Bank is going to put on her headset, and she's going to let Marianne interview her. Ladies and gentlemen, this is payback that Marianne has been waiting for years. Tara, how are you this evening?
I'm
Good, Marianne. How are you?
I'm doing all right. So we were trying to decide if Cash Evans won the prize from People's Savings Bank for being the best-looking Evans brother. Is that really what it was? Or did it have to do with designing a card?
I think it was the card.
Okay. So what?
I mean, I don't know what his brothers look like, so I can't. Oh, okay.
That's why. But tell us a little bit about what just took place.
Well, we had a contest, and Cash made the best design. So
this is for the new school card, where if you get it, you give cash back to the schools, right?
So you get cash back. The school gets the cash. I believe the bank is going to match a certain amount back to the school.
I mean, you tell us about it on the radio all the time.
I know,
that you know it's like 5 cents to the school every time you use your card.
It is.
And I'm assuming this is kind of something very similar, but new to the Clopton School District.
Yes. We did our Bobcat debit card last year, so this year we're doing the Clopton card, and so all the money will go to Clopton School.
All right, so they put you in charge of coming up here to the radio. Why? Because they knew that I loved you so much?
That's right.
Is that what it was? Well, we appreciate everything People's Savings Bank has been doing this week. We've seen that you all have thrown some love down here as a tournament sponsorship, so thank you.
Thank you.
And I'm going to
We're happy to help.
I'm going to let Tara off the hook easy at this point because that's just what I do. We'll come back and wrap up the halftime report next here on Eagle 102.
Royal Banks is your community bank with locations throughout St. Louis, St. Charles, Northeast Missouri, Granite City, and Jerseyville, Illinois. A Royal Bank branch is not far away. Royal Banks bring experienced staff and products and services designed to meet your professional and personal financial needs. Investing in our communities, one client at a time. Call 314-212-1500 today. Royal Banks of Missouri, member FDIC and equal opportunity lender.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies. There's one right here. Health Mart pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because, just like you, they support their community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and hometown proud.
Louisiana is a Health Mart town. Family Drug Health Mart Pharmacy. The right people, the right price, right downtown. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
This is Tara Grody, and People's Savings Bank is excited to announce the Bobcat debit card. People's Savings Bank believes in giving back to the communities we serve, and that begins with the school district. Every time you use your Bobcat debit card as a credit, People's Savings Bank will give the school district 5 cents. That may not sound like a lot of money, but since starting this program 6 years ago, PSB has been able to give back over $120,000. Open an account online at ourpsb.com or stop by our branch. We are the one with a bright blue roof. Start earning the Bowling Green School District money today just by using your debit card. Member FDIC.
The area's best coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Health Department, People's Savings Bank, and All Parts.
We're getting ready to start the second half, but Zach, why don't you run down some first half scoring for us?
First for the Lady Owls, there's Rita Thurman leading the way with 6, then Abigail Mooney with 2, Kate Kinsey had 4, Maddie Isom had 2, Maddie Hall had 2, and Sarah Gruadicki with 3. And for the Hawks, it was a group effort. Shana Yates leading the way with 6, then Kinley Spoonster with 5, Skylar Parker and Jasmine Hammett both had 4, Brea Smith had 3, and then Tylee Gronick and Campbell Lindsay both had a pair each.
All right, we're ready to start this third quarter. Again, Clopton leads this one 26-19. It'll be Clopton's ball to start the second half. Let's see what adjustments both coaches made, as it looks like the same starting 5 are out there. They get the ball into Smith. That's Spoonster. Spoonster gets it into Smith. Smith takes it over to the far elbow. Backs it up. Looks like they slowed things down just a little bit as Yates swings it now to the near side to Spoonster. She gives a head fake, drives the baseline, and knocks down the first 2 points of the second half.
Great move there from Kinley Spoonster.
And Abigail Mooney, someone who's very fundamentally strong in basketball, gets a turnover there. They say she carried the basketball as she was trying to get down to the half-court line. So Yates will now have it underneath the basket. Gets it in. With it is Smith. Smith out to Parker. Parker between the circles, working against Thurman. Thurman gives her a little bit of space, lets her back up just a tad. Brings it now to the near side, hands it off to Spoonster with the weave. To Yates. Yates with the left hand into the paint. Down low, cross court to Smith. And that is a nice assist in there.
That was a sweet no-look dime there from Shayna Yates.
And Silex runs back the other way and runs it out of bounds.
Turnovers starting to pile up. I think that's 15 on the night for Silex. Got to take care of the ball.
With it is Parker. Parker will bring it across the timeline. She brings it with the left hand, hands it off to Spoonster. Spoonster kicks it out to Yates. Yates, long three. It's on the way, and it's net. Her first tray of the game. Shannon Yates knocks it down, makes it 33-19 on the steal. Parker goes up. It's no good. Hammett there for the putback. It's no good. Gradicke comes away with it. So Gradicke gets it to Thurman. Thurman splits defenders, gets it into the front court for the Lady Owls. It's knocked away, ends up in the hands of Hammett. Gets it to Yates. Yates goes up, cross court to Parker. It's off the glass, no good. Here comes Gradicke, or excuse me, that was Hall that comes in, gets the loose basketball. Back to Mooney. Mooney into the front court. Works it around, tries to go back door, and it's tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Smith. So it'll stay with Silex under their own basket. So Campbell Lindsay returns the basketball game for Parker. Coach Street wants to go over a little bit of a strategy with Parker for a moment. As Mooney looks to inbound. Mooney feeds it into Mudd. Mudd to Gradicke. Gradicke swings it near side to Isom. Isom takes it down along the block on the near side. It's tipped around. Smith comes away with it, and she hits the ground. Goes out of bounds. That's touched, they say,
by Smith, I think.
By Smith, and I was trying to decide if Coach Street was just using her strength to throw the basketball back or if she was a little mad. So turnover for the Lady Hawks. With it over there's Mooney's. Down to Hall. Hall from the block on the far side. Shots nothing but net for Maddie Hall. So makes it a 31-21 game. Just under 6 minutes to go here in the third. Lindsay over the far corner to Spoonster. Spoonster splits defenders. If she gets tied up, it's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow does favor the Lady Owls. So Isom inbounds. Gets it to Mooney. Clopton falls back into the half-court defense. Over on the far side with it is Mooney. She's guarded by Hammett. Looks to switch directions. Look for the pick from Hall. Hall rolls back. Hall down low. Her shot's up, and it's net once again from Maddie Hall. She's got 6 on the night. Makes it 33-23. 10-point lead. So with it on the near side is Hammett. She wants the three, and it's money. Jasmine Hammett with the tray. I think both teams took some basket making. Because they're just draining them, aren't they?
They're coming out firing here in the second half.
Jasmine Hammett picks up her first foul of the night. Parker is going to return. She's coming in for Spoonster. Tori Mudd will inbound the basketball on the far side in the front court. Mooney has her pocket picked by Hammett. Hammett just takes it away, and Mooney comes back and takes it back. Now it's loose again. Finally, Campbell has it. No, Isom has it. Yeah, that's just almost kind of nasty. I don't know. That was a turnover and a turnover and a turnover and a turnover. Holy cow.
Just back and forth.
Yeah, Silex ends up with it. Tinley Spooster's going to come in.
That's Campbell Lindsay's 4th foul tonight.
Oh, they called the foul on her. I missed that. Yeah, Coach Street can't be happy about that. 4:52 to go here in the third. Hall with it. Down low to Gradicke. Gradicke tries to create some room. She does. Goes up off the glass. As Sarah Gradicke's first field goal of the night. Parker with it on the far side. She gets in some trouble. And they're going to call a foul, I think, on Gradicke. They do. That's her first. So not so much hope of it, officials loosening up here in the second half. Smith just inside the three-point line. It's tipped. Gradicke with the rebound. Kicks it out to Mooney. Mooney into the front court. Runs into a trap. Gets it off to Gradicke. Gradicke on the near side, but she's going to travel. 5 turnovers for Silex here in the not even first full 4 minutes. So Hammett gets it into Parker again. Parker works over to the far wing, backs it up. Now gets it to Yates. Yates in some trouble. Back to Parker again on the far side. Brings it to Yates near side. Long three. It's off the front of the rim. Chasing down the loose basketball is Isom, and Hammett runs right into her. So Hammett pick up her second foul. You know, I'd say for both coaches, because we've seen a lot of the aggressive fouls, you can't get upset at.
No.
You can't. And both teams, that's what most of these fouls have been. They've been going after the basketball.
There hasn't been much ticky-tack fouls all night.
No. Mudd. Back to Mooney between the circles. Mooney with the right hand brings it near side to Isom down low on the block. Shots up. It's no good. Spoonster thought she was straight up. And referee thought differently, but that was just her first foul. But Maddie Isom's headed to the free throw line. Oh, they said it's her second. I missed the first one. So Isom, her first trip to the charity stripe. Free throw shot up out the back of the rim. Lady Owls have struggled from the free throw line this evening. See if she can break that curse right now as it's 36-25, 9-point lead still for the Hawks. They've led by as many as 13 in this one. 3:55 to go in this third place game. Second one's good. Parker with the basketball. About has her pocket pick. Now is able to get it back to Yates. Yates throws it up to Smith. Smith's going to take it all the way down the block. In some trouble. Goes back out to Parker. Parker swings it to Yates. Yates, long three on the way. Off the rim. Parker with the rebound. In some trouble. It's going to be a jump ball. It'll stay with Clopton under their own basket. So Yates once again back to the inbound. She looks. Works it around. She's on the far side. They get it into Smith. Smith at the top of the key. Backs it up. Finds Spoonster over on the far wing. Down low to Yates. Back up to Spoonster. Now find to Parker. Parker inside the three-point line. Her shot's off and good. She banks it off there. She gets on the front, hits the back, and falls good. Skylar Parker makes it a 38-26 basketball game with 3:23 to go in the third. We've got a timeout. We'll take one as well as you're listening to Clopton Tournament action on Eagle 102.
Clopton Tournament coverage brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Northeast Missouri Title Company, and Meyer Implement Company.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service. But did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Out of the timeout, it's going to be Silex basketball. Clopton made the bucket, makes it 38-26, a 12-point lead, 3:23 to go here in the third quarter. Full court man-to-man defense from the Lady Hawks. They get into Mooney. Right back to Isom, and it's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Yates. Of course, the Silex faithful wanted the foul. No, they said it's going to be off of Silex. So with Yates, looks to inbound. Back up top with it to Parker. Parker swings it to Spoonster. Spoonster's three on the way. Rims in and out, no good. Ball's loose. Yates comes away with it. Tracking down the loose basketball is Spoonster over the far side to Smith. Smith back to Spoonster. Spoonster, Smith on the elbow. And they come in and try and tie her up. And I think they're going to call a foul. Nope, jump ball. So Isom with the basketball. Jill inbounds, the jump ball favored them. Gets into Mooney. Mooney working against two Hawks in the back, gets it to Isom into the front court. Isom moves around, takes it in the paint, and it's taken away by Yates. Yates throws it up to Parker. Parker goes up off the glass, and it's good. So Skylar Parker with another two. 40-16 is our, how about 40-26? They get it down low to Gradicke. Her shot's up, it's no good. On the floor with the loose basketball. And we got, Coach James has issued a warning. Coach James, along with all the Silex fans, very frustrated this evening. So Mooney going to inbound the basketball along the baseline. Gets it up top to Mudd. Mudd wants to go for the long shot. Looks, try to bank it in, and now it's no good. The ball's loose, goes out of bounds. Last touch by Isom. So with the basketball is the Hawks. Looks like Taya Williams is coming back in, along with Carly Ellis for Gradicke and Isom. Yates. She's going to inbounds. Gets it to Parker. Parker. Across the timeline. Brings it to the near side, the head of Clopton's bench. Works around, hands it to Yates. Yates over to the far side to Hammett. Hammett wants the long three, and it goes out of bounds. So full court pressure, still man-to-man defense from the Hawks. And they caught Taya Williams looking. They tried to get it inbound to her. And at that point, she was looking back at coach for some direction. And another turnover for Silex here in the third. We got a timeout on the court. We'll take one as well. 2:16 to go here in the third quarter. Clopton leads this one 40-26. You're listening to Clopton Tournament Action on Eagle 102.
Clopton Tournament coverage brought to you by McMailer & Sons Backhoe and Excavating, Calumet of Missouri, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Hey, this is Ryan with Mid-America Auto and Towing in Bowling Green, and we've got the lot looking good and ready to go. We've got something for everybody's budget. We have a constant rotation of new inventory, including cars, trucks, and SUVs. So if you're out and you're looking for a new car, come by and see me. Mid-America Auto and Towing, just off Highway 54 in Bowling Green, is a one-stop shop. Like us on Facebook or check out our website, midamericaautoandtowing.com.
Follow area high school sports on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Young Enterprises, and Family Drug.
So coming out of the timeout, Clopton still has the 14-point lead. 40-26 is our score, Zach. And right now, turnovers aren't going the Silex Lady Owls' way. I think I've got them down for 8 turnovers here in the third. Yates gets it into Smith. Smith at the end of Clopton's bench feeds it up top to Parker. Now back to Yates. Yates' shot is tipped. And Silex is not happy. They're going to call the foul on Kinsey. That is her second. They're going to send Shanna Yates to the free throw line. Wow. That's her second. Shanna Yates at the free throw line. Her first free throw shot is up and good. She'll get a second. Yates stands in for the second. Shot up, on the way, off the mark. Did I miss? Was she behind the three-point line?
It was a three-pointer,
Oh, wow. I missed that they had given it to her in that location. So the third is on the way. Yates spins the ball, shot up on the way, and it's good as well. So pushing the ball up the court is Mooney. Mooney takes it, brings it to the near side. Looks for the screen from Thurman, now goes back to the far side, tries to go back door, and it's going to go out of bounds. And just miscommunications between the players is really what's hurting right now.
A lot of these are just unforced errors.
So a 16-point lead for Clopton is the largest of the night, 42-26, 1:55 to go here in the third quarter. With it is Smith. She gives a head fake, takes it all the way over to the far one. She bounces off. They're going to wave off the bucket. They're going to call the foul, so she will just, Hawks will get it underneath their own basket. And then they're calling on Kinsey, and that's her third. So Yates with the basketball. Feeds it in to Parker. Up to the free throw line to Talbert. Her shot's off the back of the rim. Coming away with the basketball is Ellis. Ellis feeds it out to Mooney. Mooney throws it up to Thurman. Thurman goes to the hole. Her shot's up. It's no good, but the putback is put by Williams. It's no good. Coming on down with the basketball was a tie-up between Thurman and Talbot. Jump ball favors the Clopton Lady Hawks. Spooster returns as Hammett takes a seat.
Silex is coming with some full court pressure.
A 2-2-1 setup from Silex. Yates to Parker. Parker up to Smith. Smith tries to go cross court, and she throws it right into the legs of Silex. Silex is going to take it down. That's Mooney. Shots up and good. Abigail Mooney with 2. So Parker once again down low with it to Talbert. Talbert can't save it from going out of bounds, so that's back-to-back turnovers for Clopton. 42-28, 1:11 to go here in the third. Mooney with the basketball again for the Lady Owls. She crosses the timeline. Works over to the far side, hands it off to Williams. Williams brings it back near side into the hands of Kinsey. Kinsey wants the long three. Oh, it's off the back of the rim. No good. With the rebound is Clopton. Silex gives him no space. It's going to go off of Spoonster and stay with Silex.
Coach Devin Shree was wanting a timeout. She was yelling for it.
And now, I don't think either coach this evening is having the best of luck with the officials. So here we go. Coach, referees are talking. They're tired of the ref and Coach Street talking, so they say, come on. So with it is Gradicke. Gradicke spins. Needs some help, and she travels. That's the 10th turnover here in the third quarter for Silex with 45 ticks to go in the third. Still the 2-2-1 from Silex. With it is Smith. Smith works it around, needs some help, throws it up, throws it into the hands of Thurlman. Thurlman comes back the other direction, bounce pass to Mooney. Mooney shots up, it's no good, but she's fouled. She's going to go to the free throw line, and she's going to shoot two. And I believe that's going to be Brea Smith's first foul.
Yep.
So Mooney at the charity stripe. First free throw shot up and is good. 36.8 ticks to go in the third. 42-29 our score. Clopton on top. Second free throw shot off the front of the rim. And they're going to hit Gradicke with the over the back. That'll be her second. Yates will inbound. Throws a long baseball pass to Smith. Smith stops in the paint, needs some help. Back to Spoonster. Now to Parker from the elbow. Rims in and out, no good, and we're going to have a push. And it's going to go against Clopton. That's going to go against Tinley Spoonster. That'll be her third. 27 ticks to go in the third. Hammett returns now. She's going to come in for Spoonster. Also returning is Isom coming in for Williams. So with it is Mooney. Mooney gets into the front court. Splits the defenders, backs up now between the circles. She's going to head to Isom in the weave. Isom guarded by Smith. Between the scorer's table and Silex's bench. Takes it down to the far wing. Gets it to Mooney. Mooney finds the baseline. She goes. Her one-handed shot's up. It's no good. Yates with the rebound. She throws it up, but it's taken away by Isom. Isom to the hole. It's going good. It's going to go out of bounds. Let's say last touch by Clopton. That was Thurlman going after that, doing a nice job athletically getting a hold of the ball and bouncing it off Clopton underneath with 1.3 ticks to go here in the third. Say, look, they get it right into Isom. Isom runs around, and it's too late. They wave off the bucket, and that's how the third quarter ends. Clopton leads this one 42-29. We've got your final quarter of action coming up next here on Eagle 102.
Clopton Tournament coverage brought to you by the Mercantile Bank, Young Enterprises Incorporated, and Pepsi.
The Mercantile Bank of Louisiana is introducing Merc BK Mobile with the ability to take a picture of your check and deposit it into your Mercantile Bank account. You'll never have to worry about getting to the bank. Find more information by visiting mercbk.com. The Mercantile Bank, located on the corner of 3rd and Georgia Streets in downtown Louisiana. Member FDIC.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Vicki Cadwalder, Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Zach, turnovers weren't either team's friend there in the third quarter. Clopton had 7. Silex had 10. And then, of course, everybody in the, I don't want to say in foul trouble because they're not necessarily in foul trouble, but they're definitely not having good luck when it comes to the officials being on their side.
Yeah, I think that's just the aggressive mindset of both of these teams. You know, they're both going after the ball, trying to make good plays. And unfortunately, a few people are. It's not the whole team. You know, you look down, you're saying, "Oh, this is only your first foul, and we're playing the whole game." You know, just a few players in foul trouble, but it'll be interesting to see how they both use strategy and
in the fourth.
In the fourth, exactly.
All right, Rita Thurman to inbound for the Lady Owls as they have the ball to start this final quarter of action. Clopton on top, 42-29. We promised you a good game, and I think we've delivered this evening as Isom has the basketball. Works toe-to-toe against Smith, brings in the front court, hands it off to Mooney. Mooney again working against Hammett in the man-to-man defense over to Isom. Isom gonna travel. So to start the fourth with a turnover.
We just talked about it. Got to take care of the ball.
They get into Parker. Still the 2-2-1, or 2-1-2, I guess, technically from Silex at this point. Parker in some trouble. And they're going to tag Rita Thurman with the contact foul. That'll be her second. So we've played not even about 15 seconds, a little over 15 seconds, and we've already had a turnover and a foul. Brea Smith in some trouble. Coach Street calls a timeout, saves Smith from some trouble over on the far corner. We'll take one as well. 7:39 to go here in the fourth. 42-29. Clopton leads Silex as you're listening to high school basketball on Eagle 102.
Clopton tournament coverage brought to you by Lynn's Heritage House, Knight Equipment Company, and Advanced Physical Therapy.
Bundle at Pike County Mutual Insurance and save. Ask about the great rates on your personal vehicle, farm trucks, big or small, or even your motorcycle and side-by-sides. Stop by and see myself, Corey Buchanan, or Kathy Gam at your hometown insurance company since 1895. Pike County Mutual Insurance on the square in Bowling Green.
The most complete coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102, and it's brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, the Mercantile Bank, and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
So I'm trying to figure out exactly what Tyler Kuntz is doing over in the crowd, holding up the newly designed debit card from People's Savings Bank.
I think he's cashing in on the NIL money.
So with it is Parker. Parker brings it in the front court at the elbow, and they're going to say she double dribbled. Must have touched it with both hands. Thurman to inbound the basketball, full court man-to-man defense from the Lady Hawks. They get it into Mooney. Right back to Thurman. Thurman works it around. She kind of may have gotten away with the travel as well. She splits defenders. Nice ball handling by Thurman. No, and just as I say that, she gets called on the double dribble. So Yates will inbound the basketball in front of the scorer's table. With it is Parker. Parker near side with it to Spoonster. Spoonster at the end of Clopton's bench, guarded in there by Hall. Needs some help, gets it from Parker at the top of Clopton's bench. One dribble, back to Spoonster again. Looks for the screen. She's now picked up by Mooney. Dribbles on the wing. Tries to switch with the left hand, goes over to the far side. She's going to hand it to Parker. Parker once again to Yates. Yates, top of the key. With the left hand, goes down, kicks it up to Spoonster. Spoonster wants a three, and it is tipped in there by Mooney. Right out of bounds. So it'll stay with Clopton. But that was a nice defense in there by Abigail Mooney.
And good job not to foul. You know, we saw a foul on three-pointer earlier here in the game, but it's clean defense.
Yates with it. She's going to drive the baseline, get past Gradicke. She's underneath, goes up, draws a foul. She's going to the free throw line. They're going to tag Gradicke with it. That'll be her third. 6:46 to go here in the ballgame. Clopton leads 42-29 as Shanna Yates stands at the charity stripe for two. First free throw shot, high arcing, is nothing but net from the senior leader on the court. Yates spins the ball once again, dribbles. High arcing, and the net barely moves. Makes it 44-29. Mooney working against the defense of Clopton. Trying to get past Yates and Hammett. She's going to bring it to the near side. Finds Thurman. Thurman loses the handle on the ball. Mooney picks it up. And she's going to travel. So Yates will inbound the basketball at the head of Silex's bench. They get it right into Spoonster. Spoonster in the front court, back to Yates. Yates down low to Parker. In some trouble, and it's going to tie up. Jump ball stays with the Hawks. So on the near side of the baseline, Campbell Lindsay's going to come in. The young freshman will do her best and not to get her 5th foul. You know, Mark and I had the opportunity to talk to Coach Ed Lindsay in the hospitality room. Asked him if it's harder to watch your kids play or your grandkids. And I think he and Sally both agreed it's harder to watch the grandkids. Brea Smith from right underneath the basket goes up, makes it 46-29. Here comes Mooney the other direction. Kicks it out to Thurman. She wants the long 3, and it's net. Rita Thurman with the tray. 46-32 at the 6-minute mark here in the ball game. Lindsay works through traffic, gets a pick from behind. Gradicke gets loose basketball. Thurman works it. She's going to slow things up. Gets it in the hands of Mooney. She crosses the timeline. Mooney takes it over the far wing. She spins, hands it off to Gradicke. Gradicke dribbles around into the paint. Sure shot goes up. No shot, but she's headed to the free throw line. They're going to tag Shannon Yates with her 3rd. You know, Zach, really from a defensive strategy, if I were Abigail Mooney, the first thing I would do is go after Campbell Lindsay. First free throw shot is up off the back of the rim and no good.
Yep, Campbell's got 4 fouls and
very, very aggressive player.
Very aggressive, yep.
And she's not going to back down. And so the best thing for them to do is to get her out of that game quickly. Second free throw shot is up and good. And here comes Campbell. She loses the hold of the basketball. It's on the ground. We're going to have another jump ball. This time it'll favor Silex. And really at that point, that is a compliment to Campbell as a freshman that they want to get you out of that game quickly. So here comes Hammett. Hammett probably got her breather. She's coming in for Lindsay. So Thurman will inbound between Silex's bench and the scores table. They throw it in the backcourt to Mooney. Mooney, crossover dribble, hands it to Hall. Hall stops, pops for 2. Nope, she gives it down to Gradicke, and Gradicke kisses it off the glass. 46-35 our score, 5:26 to go here in the ball game. Smith with it, dribbles up through some traffic, works it around, and she's going to be fouled by Isom. That'll be Isom's 2nd. And I believe it should be a 1-and-1. And as it is, Smith stands at the free throw line. Clopton has led this entire game. Silex has yet to lead, but we still have 5:19 to go in the ball game. You never know what's going to happen. Free throw shot is off the mark. With the rebound is Silex. Mooney in some trouble, finds Gradicke. Gradicke right back to Mooney at the top of the key. Between the circles, they look for the screen. Mooney takes it over, hands it to Isom. Isom brings it back near side. In the hands of Thurman. Thurman takes it into the paint. She's in a little bit of trouble, has her pocket pick. She's sitting on the basketball. She finally feeds it out, but Coach James calls a timeout, and we'll take one as well. 4:56 to go in the ball game. Clopton leads Silex 46-35 as you're listening to Tournament Action on Eagle 102.
Clopton tournament coverage brought to you by Bowling Green Ready Mix and Kearns Construction, Center Locker Service, and PJ's Salon.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes, a taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A taste of Philly. Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
The best coverage of high school sports on KJFM is brought to you by County Market in Louisiana and Vandalia, Perkins Electrical Services, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
4:56 to go here in the ball game. Marion Everhart, Zach Evans in with you. Clopton leads this one 46-35. Silex basketball. Abigail Mooney will inbound the ball along the baseline on the far side. Mooney smacks the ball, looks for her offense to move, kicks it into Thurman. Thurman immediately goes up, and the ball's off. But Gradicke gets the putback. It's no good. Now Hall has it. She goes up. Count the bucket and the foul. Maddie Hall's going to go for the 3.
And Tinley Spoonster, I believe, just picked up her 4th foul.
She sure did. 4:48 to go here in this ball game. It's now a 9-point game. Hall's free throw shot's on the way. She makes it 8. So Yates gets it into Parker. To Smith. Back to Yates. Yates works it around. And here comes Isom with the steal. Takes it down, lays it off the glass, and it's good. Maddie Isom with the 2. And now we've got another timeout. We'll take one as well. It's a 6-point ball game. 4:37 to go here in the matchup as you're listening to Clopton Tournament action on Eagle 102.
Clopton Tournament coverage brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, Bolin Chevrolet, Sun Window Company, and Rick Rodhouse Insurance Agency.
Some of my fondest childhood memories are from volunteering with my grandmother. Helping others was her passion. She'd always say, the sweetest fruits of life come from serving others. And she was right.
At Shelter Insurance, we strive to make a positive impact in the communities where we work and live.
See me, Tim Jenkins, at 3404 Georgia Street for a free insurance review.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock agent, and Bowie General Services.
4:37 to go here in the ball game, Zach, and we knew when these two teams met up there was still a lot of ball to be played here. We still got 4:37 to go. It's a 6-point game. Clopton's led by as many as 16 in this one. And Silex is now finding their way back into this.
It was just like I blinked and, Clopton was up 16. The next thing I know, then they're only up 6. And that's what, the style of ball that Silex plays. They can go on a run and force a lot of turnovers and, make it a game real fast.
Absolutely. And I got to tell you, I'm a little shocked that Silex has called off that full court pressure. So Parker with it. Works it. She's guarded by Thurman. Man-to-man defense to Spoonster over on the far side. Spoonster up top to Yates. Yates gives a fake, goes down. She goes up over top of everybody. Shot's no good. She draws a foul. She's headed to the free throw line. And that's where Shannon Yates wants to be. She'll get to shoot 2. And they're going to call it on Isom. That's her 3rd. So Yates stands. She's going to get 2. First free throw shot is high. Off the front of the rim, off the back of the rim, off the front of the rim, finally through the hoop. Tori Mudd in the ball game now for Isom. She'll get a second. Yates once again. Shot high, arcing off the back of the rim. It's no good. Chasing down the loose basketball was Hall. Hall gets it to Thurman. Thurman throws it up to Mudd. Mudd in some trouble out to Gradicke. Gradicke on the wing. She needs somebody to get to. They get down low to Hall. Hall drops her shoulder. Shots up and good. Maddie Hall at another 2. She's come in and had a nice second half. 5-point game. Yates throws a long pass up to Hammett. And they're going to call a travel. Here come the Lady Owls. They get it right into Mooney. Mooney works past the defense, throws it up to Thurman. Thurman finds her way down low. Her shot's up, it's no good, it's bounced around. Thurman comes away with it, gets it to Mudd, and now it's going out last touch by Hammett. Hammett got in there, used that speed, it just followed her right on out of bounds. Campbell Lindsay returning the ball game now. She's coming in for Spoonster. So Mooney gets it into Gradicke. Gradicke moves, goes around, shots up, it rolls around, it's good. 3-point game, Zach, with 3:35 to go here. Yates with the basketball, and Mooney's going to foul her, and we're going to walk to the other end. Just a 1-and-1 situation for Shanna. Shanna Yates stands at the charity stripe. 1-and-1. That's the 9th team foul for Silex. So with 3:32 to go here in the game, Silex's defense has to keep in mind that they will let Clopton shoot 2 from here on out. Free throw shot is high, arcing off the back of the rim. It's no good. Mudd chases down the loose basketball. They get it to Thurman. Thurman into the front court to Gradicke. Gradicke finds the hole. It's off the glass. It's no good. Gets her own putback. It's no good, but she's going to the free throw line.
Gradicke again, missing her first shot, then was able to get the second one, and now she's going to the line.
And that's going to be the 5th foul for Campbell Lindsay. So they're talking about who to put in for. Campbell's fifth. They're going to put Spoonster back in. And you know that they had to tell Spoonster, don't foul out of this ball game. Again, if you're Silex, at that point you see her step on the court. You know she has 4 fouls.
You got to attack her.
You got to go for her. 3:20 to go here in the ball game. It's a 3-point game. Sarah Gradicke, the first of 2 free throws. First one's up and no good. She'll get the second. Second free throw shot is money. It's a 2-point game. Yates with the basketball. Back to Parker. Parker run into mud. She's going to travel. So Thurman will inbound the basketball.
Clopton is really, really struggling with the Silex pressure. Having just seen their 16-point lead evaporated to 2.
Yeah. They get it into Mooney. Mooney working against Hammett at the top. Needs some help. They get to Gradicke. Gradicke in the paint. She goes up. Off the glass is no good. It's tipped around. Coming away with it is Hall. Hall's putback's up. It's no good. Smith with it now. Smith working against Thurman. Running down the sideline. She picks up her dribble. Gets it off to Spoonster. Now to Yates. Yates to Parker. Down the near corner with it to Hammett. Back up to Parker. They're going to reset the offense. Smith back to Parker between the circles. She's guarded by Mudd. Coach Street tells her to stretch out. Now Yates with it. Yates takes it over to the far side. She's guarded in there by Gradicke. She's killing a little clock. Gradicke's going to have to come out and put some pressure if they want to start the count.
I think this is the matchup you want if you're Clopton, getting Gradicke out as far away from the from the basket as possible.
So Smith back to Parker again. Once again, Mudd, she kind of goes out there.
And now they're doubling.
They are. They're trying to foul her. They're going to send Parker to the free throw line and let her shoot 2. With 2:10 to go. I thought maybe it's intentional the way they came out, but I guess not. They're going to call that on Mudd. That's her third. 47-45 is our score. Clopton leads by 2. 2:10 to go here in the ball game. Skylar Parker at the free throw line. First free throw shot is up and good.
That breaks the dry spell for Clopton. They've been really struggling at the free throw line here in the second half.
They have. Maddie Isom returns to the ball game for Clopton. So Parker again will get the second. Not sure who Scott Hansen was talking to down there as he was talking to the girls. Shot on the way, off the back of the rim, right to Parker. She gets her own rebound, kicks it back out to Spoonster. Hands it back to Parker once again. You have to watch Isom's quick hands up top there. And that, just like that, she comes for it. She needs some help. They told her come out. Get it to Yates. Yates kicks it to Hammett. Hammett works it around, back to Parker. Parker in some trouble, and she throws it away. With it is Mooney. Mooney down, shot off the glass is good. Abigail Mooney brings it to a 1-point game with 1:36 to go here in the ball game. With it is Yates, and Yates travels. Coach James wants to take a timeout, I believe.
Nope. Can hardly see over the fans.
Yeah. So with it is Mooney. Mooney lobs it into Isom. Isom shoots over top of her. It's no good. Yates with the rebound. With it is Spoonster. She's in some trouble. She dribbles out, but Coach Street takes a timeout. 1:24 to go here in the ball game. It's a 1-point game. Clopton leads Silex 48-47. We got the final minute 20 for you coming up next here on Eagle 102.
Clopton tournament coverage brought to you by Pogue Ford, Silex Banking Company, and Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic.
Think about all that's important to you, your family, your possessions, and your future. Pick up the phone and call Rick Rodhouse from Country Financial. He, along with his staff, will assist you with insurance coverage to protect what matters most, in addition to preparing you for the future. Best of all, Rick will take the time to get to know you and find solutions for your budget. For coverage you need at a price you can afford, contact Rick Rodhouse Insurance Agency in Pleasant Hill to chat about your insurance needs today.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102, brought to you by Shelter Insurance agent Tim Jenkins, Veolia Landscape Supply, Royal Banks, and a taste of Philly.
Ooh, it's going to be a long 124, Zach, on this one. So it'll be Clopton's basketball. Yates will inbound. Everybody's in the front court. It's a 1-point game. Clopton leads by 1. They get into Parker. Now to Smith, and it's taken away by Mooney. And just like that, we've got a jump ball. Possession arrow favors Clopton. So now they're from the free throw line extended in the backcourt. Yates to inbound. They get it into Parker. Parker to Spoonster. Spoonster back to Parker. Over to Yates. Over to the far side, back to Parker. Parker working against double team as Hall comes out. Now they triple team her and they get it to Spoonster. Spoonster working around. Hall not giving her any room. She hands it off to Yates. Yates takes it all the way down, kicks it out to Hammett. Hammett back out top to Parker. We're down to under a minute to go. Clopton trying to kill the clock here. And Parker works it around. Far side with it now to Spoonster. Spoonster back to Yates. Down to 40 seconds. Yates working against Mooney. Brings it back. Gets it to Spoonster. Spoonster about loses a handle. Now back to Yates again. Yates takes it all the way down. She's going to work it all the way back out to the wing. Kind of running in circles. Down to 27 seconds, and they're going to foul Parker.
Clopton just burned about 40 seconds off the clock there, just playing keep away.
So Skylar Parker at the free throw line. Look to give him a little bit of breathing room. By a little bit, if she can drop 2, it's still a 1-possession game. First one's up, off the mark, no good. 25 seconds. Let's be honest, Zach, this could come down to the final shot.
Could.
Second free throw shot off the mark as well, and Shanna Yates gets it over the back. And we're going to walk to the other end as Maddie Hall will shoot free throws.
Silex could potentially take the lead here.
They very well could. 25 ticks to go. Maddie Hall, the senior, one of the many leaders for the Lady Owls, at the free throw line. This gym is packed full and they are loud. First free throw shot high, arcing, no good. Silex's best case at this point, if she misses this, is to get the rebound, go back up, drop the 2, draw the foul, go for the old-fashioned three-point.
The best in the business, Sarah Grady, get the key down on the block.
Clopton gets it. They're going to have to expect to be fouled right away. Shots up, and it's good. We're tied at 28 all. They get it into Parker. Parker knocks it away into the hands of Isom. Isom goes up, shots up, and good. That is the first lead of the night for Silex. They had the 2-point lead with 16 ticks. We've got a timeout. We're going to keep it right here, Zach, as at this point it's going to be Clopton's basketball with 16.2 seconds to go. I tell you what, that's the first lead of the night for Silex, and I tell you what, that's a big momentum shift.
After trailing by 16, I think in this quarter.
It was last quarter.
Last quarter, I'm
yep,
sorry.
No, you're good.
But double digits, I believe, still in this quarter, and yeah, Clopton is just shocked right now.
Coach Street has them over there drawing up a play, trying to figure out how to get this down the other court. Let's be honest, it wouldn't be unlike these two to take it into overtime. 19 ticks, okay, so they put some time back on the clock. At this point, you know that Silex has got to be cramming that back court. They've got all 10 players are going to have to be back there. I think maybe if you're Clopton, you could maybe go ahead and do a long baseball pass and hope.
Maybe have Shayna Yates, throw the touchdown pass. That seems to be what she's best at. But it's the biggest thing is just going to be don't turn the ball over here for Clopton.
Yep, and here we go. We'll see what they draw up. Tinley Spoonster is going to inbound the ball. Yeah. So everybody's crowded around the paint in the backcourt. And they steal the inbounds pass. Thurlman has it, gets it to Gradicke. Gradicke shots up, it's no good, but she's going to the free throw line. .5 seconds to go here in this one, as Sarah Gradicke is going to get 2. First one's up and it's good. Gradicke tells everybody, calm down. Look at her giving direction at the free throw line, like a good senior leader. Second free throw shot on the way. It's off the mark. Smith with it. She pushes it up, throws it to Parker. Parker's going to go up, and she's fouled. She's going to the free throw line with 8 seconds to go here in the ball game. Who are they going to tag with it? I haven't seen who coached. Oh, they gave it to Maddie Isom. That is her 4th. Free throw shot's good by Parker. A 2-point game, 8.3 seconds. Parker, big free throw for the sophomore. Shot's up, on its way, and it's good. It's a 1-point basketball game. Clopton at this point either has to foul as soon as they get it in if they don't get the steal. And that's exactly what they're trying to do. Gradicke gets it, and they foul her. And Spoonster, it's going to be her 5th. You have the crowd wanting the intentional because Gradicke hit the court, and I don't think that's really how that went. There was nothing malicious about it. I think she was just off balance. Stacia Talbert's going to come in as Gradicke's at the free throw line. She's going to get 2. Silex hoping to hold on, take home some hardware, as everybody but Silex is at the basket for the first one. First free throw shot on the way is good. It's a 2-point game. At this point, this is the smart of Coach James. There's no point in having anybody there to rebound because Clopton's got to take it all the way to the other end to score.
And that's a potential foul waiting to happen there.
Second one's up, it's no good. Talbert tries to get it out, it's stolen by Isom, and that's it. That's how this ball game ends with a bucket from Maddie Isom. Did they wave it off? They waved it off, but Silex gets the trophy, 52-50.
Whoop, we still got.
What? We still got something going on?
We got some free throws.
Oh, we got. Never mind. So they waved off the basket, but with .3 seconds, they're going to have Maddie Isom shooting 2, huh? Shanna Yates fouls out on that one. I don't know that I understand that they already won. Why go through that? But hey. First free throw shot's up and no good.
0.3 seconds, that's asking
just
a lot.
Just let the time run out. Second free throw shot. On the way. It's up and it's no good as well. And that's it. So again, the game ends. Silex wins this one by 2, 52-50. We've got your post-game show coming up next here on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 post-game show is coming up.
This is Michael Mudd, president of Silex Banking Company. Through the years, we've continually upgraded and added new technology. With internet banking, we offer all the modern banking conveniences. Visit silexbank.com to check balances, transfer funds, make loan payments, view statements, and pay bills. Silex Banking Company also offers mobile banking and mobile check deposit. Silex Banking Company, still locally owned and operated in the same responsible manner when it began in 1892. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Pepsi Cola Bottling Company is a proud sponsor of the local schools and their athletes. When it's time to quench that thirst, reach for one of the many Pepsi products found in the local concession stands, including Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Sundrop, or the all-new Starry Lemon Lime. If you are wanting something other than soda, enjoy Bubbler, Clarbrun Water, Lipton Teas, Gatorade, and more. Pepsi Cola Bottling Company in New Haven and Bowling Green wishes all the area athletes a great season.
Lynn's Heritage House isn't your average senior living facility.
At Lynn's, residents have an abundance of social and recreational activities, including trips to the Twin Pike Family YMCA, numerous craft projects, and even the occasional day trip around Pike County. As a resident, you can enjoy the same independent lifestyle you've always enjoyed, but with the peace of mind knowing that help is available when needed. For more information, visit Lynn's Heritage House, 800 Kelly Lane in Louisiana, or online at lynsheritage.com.
The area's best coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Health Department, People's Savings Bank, and All Parts.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. Time now for the Eagle 102 postgame show on KJFM.
Ooh, Zach, we promised a good third-place game, and I think we delivered on that. Clopton got up by as many as 16 in this matchup, but ended up falling short by the score of 52-50. The Lady Owls really came out in that fourth quarter, put the pressure on the Lady Hawks, and they couldn't overcome the fouls and the turnovers.
Yeah, the Lady Hawks, they did a complete 180. What they did so well in the third quarter, taking care of the ball and forcing Silex to turn the ball over, just, they really collapsed there in the fourth, turning the ball over so much and, not really even giving yourself opportunities to get to the line or, get shots up, but just got to be it's pretty deflating right now in the gym on the Clopton side, you can tell.
The defense from Silex came out, did a fantastic job there in the fourth, especially came out, started to run that 2-2-1 full court against the Lady Hawks, and they just did its job. I mean, Clopton I have them for 8 turnovers in the fourth quarter. That's the most they had in any corner.
Yeah, that was a great adjustment there from Robert James. He knew he had to force some turnovers somehow, being down, like you said, 16. So, and then when they went to the full court 2-2-1, it really caused a lot of problems for Clopton. So, good on him for that coaching adjustment.
All right, real quick, let's run down some scoring from the ball game.
All right, these are all unofficial numbers. First for the losing Hawks, it was Brea Smith with 7, Skylar Parker with 12. Jasmine Hammett with 7. Shani Yates led the way with 14. Tinley Spoonser had 7. And then Tylee Gronick and Campbell Lindsay both had 2 apiece. Then for the Silex Owls, it was Rita Thurman with 9. Sarah Gradicke with 11. Maddie Hall with 11. Kate Kinsey with 4. Maddie Isom with 4. And Abigail Mooney with 7.
All right, that's going to do it for this one. Again, the Silex Lady Owls claimed third place over Clopton in this year's Clopton Invitational Tournament by 52-50. We're going to reset things. We'll be back with championship action and the Bowling Green Pharmacy pregame show next here on Eagle 102.